Hey guys, how are you? How's your reselling business? In this video, I wanted to talk about, sourcing based on style, not on brands. So a lot of you write to me and tell me like, hey Sandra, I watch these videos where they tell me these are the sought after brands or these are the brands people are buying. And me myself, I told you, watch those videos because they're very helpful. I make some of those, right? And there's so many resellers out there that create these amazing videos where they go over their sales and tell you like this brand really makes me money, this brand is really sought after, etc., etc. But then perhaps where you are in the area that you are, you don't find that brand, or maybe you find one once in a blue moon, or if you source online, the people that you're currently working with have very few of those, or don't have it at all. So you feel frustrated because you want to make more sales and you don't have access to those brands. So my response to you is then change the approach. If brands don't work for you, then another option for you is style. So there's something called style-based sourcing, which is sourcing based on style, right? So instead of looking for brands, you look for styles. And there are many styles that are hot right now, right? That people are looking for. And the beauty of styles is that it doesn't matter the brand. Sometimes some people do care about the brand, but most of the time when it comes to style, the number one thing they're going after is the style. So what are styles? Styles like classic style or tweed or Y2K or there's all kinds of styles, and you don't need to learn all of them. You just need to master a few, especially if you're starting out, right? And really get good at them and see if they work for you. Try the ones that are work for you, and also see what you have access to in those websites that you go to buy your inventory, or when you go to your local thrift stores. Work with what you have, okay? Because for example, if you find a piece that is a tweed piece, right, and you put it on the internet, that doesn't mean that automatically you're going to sell it. You have to market it that way. So you need to use keywords. You need to infuse those words in the descriptions, right? You need to market it that way so the people who are looking for that particular style can find it. That's why I've created lately some videos about different styles that are still hot right now, that they still sell for me, that are still working. So you get to know more about these styles in case you don't have access to particular brands, or maybe new with tag items, which is another thing. For styles, it doesn't matter if it's new with tags or if it's old or if it's vintage or if it's whatever, right? If it matches the style and it's in great style and it's in great condition, right, the potential customer will buy it. Okay, so the key here when it comes to this is learning some styles, what styles are hot right now, which I can link below 3 videos for you that talk about 9 different styles that are hot right now. So you can start with those and see which one appeals to you or which one you have access to, whether it's online or in person in your thrift stores, right? And then also learn how to talk about the styles, how to market the styles, what keywords you can use, which also I created a very super affordable guide with keywords that I have on my Etsy shop, which I can also link below, where you get a bunch of keywords for each of these styles in case you decide to go with one of them. Okay. And I think I'm going to create a second set very soon. I just haven't had the time to record the videos, but if you guys are still interested in this information, I can create other videos talking and tackling different styles and create another guide to help you with those as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave a link below so you learn more about these styles, and that can change everything for you. One, for example, the Y2K. Some people focus only on buying Y2K stuff, which, by the way, I don't recommend focusing on one thing, right? For this thing, I always like having a few options because, as we know in the reselling world, things change all the time, trends die, technology changes, companies change things, right? And we need to have like several options, not one egg. We need several eggs, right? Several paths of income, right? We need to be diversified so we can make income in different ways. So I don't if you want to go with style, I don't recommend doing one style. I recommend doing several styles, maybe 3 styles. Okay. You want to start with one, that's fine, but master it so you can have 2 or 3 more options, right? And focus on those. So watch the videos, see which styles you have access to. Maybe cottage core, maybe you have a lot of different things around you, prairie style, right? Things that are rural, that people who want to portray that style want. And like I said, they can be vintage, they don't have to be new with tags, as long as they're in great condition, right? I've sold many items that resellers that go to thrift stores would say, like, I'm not going to sell this, this is so old, but it's not vintage, and this doesn't have a particular brand that is very exciting, or how much am I going to get for this, or whatever, right? And I sold it for very good money because I marketed to the people who are looking for that particular style. So if you're looking for a particular style, you want a Y2K piece, right? There's tops, for example, lots of tops that I used to wear when I was a teenager in the Y2K era, right? That are very low price online, or in the thrift stores, right? People that have donated many years ago, right? And it's there and it's very low price. But for people who are very interested on dressing that era, dressing that style of Y2K, they would pay good money. So maybe you get a piece for very little money, $3 or under, and then you can sell it for 25, 35, 45, depending on how valuable the piece is. Maybe it's a jacket, maybe it's a skirt, right? Or even tops are selling for good money when it comes to Y2K. So there are options. There are many options. So again, I'm just going to leave the links below. If you want to learn more about the styles, I'm going to leave the guide for the keywords if that helps you. Once you pick a style, please let me know any questions and I'll create another video for you answering them. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.